Located approximately 1 minute from my home, going to the Saugus Ironworks has always been a guaranteed field trip in K-12 education, but most people don't realize the significance of this historic site on this field trip, including myself. The Saugus Ironworks were the first integrated ironworks in the New World. The first thing we're looking at is the charge hole. The charge hole was used to put raw materials such as iron ore, gabbro, and charcoal into the blast furnace, which would in turn make it into iron. These raw materials were dug up in marshy areas or pond bottoms on the grounds of the ironworks, and they ranged in consistency from rocky to earthy. The blast furnace was used to melt iron and get impurities out of it. The furnace can reach a temperature of over 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit and can fit 3 tons of ore, 2 tons of flux, and 250 bushels of charcoal inside of it. There's also a huge water wheel on the side of the blast furnace. This is what it looks like inside of the blast furnace. In the photo, you can see where the charge hole leads to and the large bellow which maintains the heat of the furnace. Located directly off the blast furnace is the casting shed. This was used to remove iron and waste from the blast furnace. When they tapped the furnace, the waste was taken to the side where it hardened to create slag. The good iron then went to the channels dug into the casting shed's floor, where it hardened into cast iron bars referred to as pig iron. The iron was then thrown in a forge for a blacksmith to use to create finished products. This is what the forge looks like. They would refine all of their iron here and then give it to the blacksmith. This is a video of when the forge hammer was in use. This is also what the inside of the forge looks like. You can see that the forge hammer shapes the iron into its desired shape for the blacksmith. The Saugus River is also seen at the ironworks and was very valuable to the builders and operators. The river was dammed upstream in the 1640s to create a large reservoir, and then a shallow waterway was cut from the 230-acre reservoir to make a smaller holding pond located just behind the ironworks, which is what we see today. Because the pond is at a higher elevation, the water picked up speed as it ran downhill, hitting the buckets or paddles of the wheel with a force strong enough to make it spin, keeping the water wheel running. The river directly runs into the ironworks basin. This allowed the operators and builders to run the machinery and then to discharge the water wader back into the river. This photo shows the troghs or races they built to transfer the water into the water wheels, which in turn runs the machinery. The Saugus Ironworks shows how raw materials can be used to create things essential to life, and were the stepping stone to create more high-tech modern objects. These raw materials, such as iron ore, gabbro, charcoal, and water, can create things such as hammers, pots, pans, skillets, and nails. My small town is deep-rooted in these raw materials and important history, yet it is brushed over, and many people do not see the significance in the ironworks. Most people just go there to take senior pictures or to hang out. But I hope by educating myself more on the ironworks, I can share the amazing things it's done for our world and to each and every one of us.